The Premier League relegation battle has now reached a point where it's not just intense, it's absolutely chaotic, and what makes it even more dramatic is that it's no longer just a three-team fight. Now, four clubs are caught in the storm: Nottingham Forest, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United, and just above them, Leeds United, who might think they're safe, but they are far from it. Sitting on 33 points, Leeds are only one win away from being pulled straight back into the relegation zone, and that's what makes this battle so fascinating. No one is truly safe. Every team is under pressure, every game matters, and the momentum is shifting almost every week. Let's start with Nottingham Forest, because right now, they look like the team with the strongest survival instinct. They've picked up crucial points at the right time, including a massive 3-0 win over Tottenham. A result that didn't just give them 3 points, but also sent a message to everyone around them. They've also managed to hold strong teams like Arsenal and Fulham to draws, showing discipline and defensive organization. Forest may not score a lot of goals, but they don't need to. They've figured out how to stay in games, frustrate opponents, and take chances when they come. And in a relegation battle, that kind of efficiency is gold. More importantly, their remaining fixtures include winnable games like Burnley, Sunderland, and Bournemouth, which gives them a clear path to survival if they stay focused. Now compare that to Tottenham, and things start to look worrying. This is a team that feels like it's losing control at the worst possible time. The losses keep piling up: Fulham, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Arsenal, and even when they manage to get a result, like a draw against Liverpool, it doesn't feel convincing. Then came the 3-0 defeat to Forest, a direct rival, which could be the moment their season truly slipped. Confidence looks fragile, and defensively, they've been exposed again and again. The problem with Tottenham isn't just results, it's the feeling that things aren't improving. And when you're heading into the final stretch of the season, that's a dangerous place to be. Yes, they still have winnable matches against Sunderland and Leeds, but based on current form, nothing is guaranteed anymore. Then there's West Ham, and in many ways, they might be the team in the deepest trouble. On the surface, they're only 1 point behind Tottenham, but the underlying issues are hard to ignore. They've conceded 57 goals, the worst defensive record among these teams, and that weakness continues to cost them in crucial moments. Even when they play well, they struggle to hold on to games. There have been some positives, like wins against Fulham and Burnley and a draw against Manchester City, but those moments are inconsistent and often followed by setbacks, like the heavy defeat to Liverpool. And when you look at their upcoming fixtures, Arsenal, Newcastle, Brentford, it's hard to see where the points will come from. For West Ham, survival might depend on something extraordinary happening, because right now, the trend is not in their favor. But what really changes the entire picture is Leeds United. At first glance, they might seem slightly safer with 33 points, but when you look deeper, they are in a very dangerous position. Their recent form tells a story of a team that is struggling to win games. There are too many draws, too few victories, and a lack of cutting edge in attack. Yes, they managed a big win against Nottingham Forest and picked up solid draws against Chelsea and Aston Villa, but losses to teams like Sunderland and narrow defeats to Manchester City show how fine the margins are. What's concerning is that Leeds are not building momentum, they're drifting. And in a relegation battle, drifting is just as dangerous as losing. The longer you go without wins, the more pressure builds, and suddenly, that small gap above the relegation zone disappears. And when we look at Leeds' remaining fixtures, the pressure becomes even clearer. They still have to face Manchester United, which is a very tough game, but more importantly, they have direct battles against Wolverhampton, Bournemouth, Burnley, Tottenham, and West Ham. These are not just matches, they are 6-point games that could decide everything. Especially that final match against West Ham, it could literally determine who stays in the Premier League. Leeds have the opportunity to control their own destiny, but they must start winning, not just drawing. So when you step back and look at all four teams together, the picture becomes incredibly tight and incredibly dramatic. Nottingham Forest look like a team rising at the right time, with momentum and winnable fixtures on their side. Tottenham look unstable, struggling for confidence, and at risk of slipping further if they don't turn things around quickly. West Ham look like a team fighting against deeper structural problems, especially defensively, and facing one of the toughest run-ins. And Leeds United, perhaps the most interesting case of all, are stuck in between, not collapsing, but not improving either, slowly being pulled closer and closer into danger. This is what makes the relegation battle so unpredictable. It's not just about who is the worst team, it's about who can handle the pressure, who can take their chances, and who can find that one moment of quality when it matters most. Because at this stage of the season, it doesn't take much. One win can lift you out of danger. One loss can drag you right back in. And with so many direct matches between these teams still to come, they will be taking points off each other, making the race even tighter. If we had to predict based on everything we've seen so far, form, fixtures, and overall performance, Nottingham Forest look the most likely to survive. Leeds United should have enough, but they are not safe yet and must be careful. Tottenham are in serious danger and could go either way depending on the next few games. And West Ham, unfortunately, look like the team most likely to drop into the relegation zone. But this is the Premier League, where nothing ever goes exactly as expected. The drama, the tension, the unpredictability, it's all building towards a final day that could decide everything in the most dramatic way possible. And that's the beauty of it. For teams, one goal, one mistake, one result could decide who stays and who goes down, and it's all building towards a dramatic finish that could go right down to the final day. So now I want to hear from you. Who do you think will get relegated this season? Will it be Tottenham, West Ham, or could Leeds still get dragged into it? Drop your predictions down in the comments below, let's discuss it, and if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep analysis like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video.